Hi everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. In today's video, I'm gonna talk about a suggestion came on my one of the video. The video was how to get more out of books, technical books. So the person name is Subhash. So Subhash has mentioned, can you tell us the productive books you learned? Or make a video for the books we should try to stay productive. This can be in a realm of programming or real life. So thank you for asking this question, Subhash. Um, I have read a lot of books. How I started with books is a very different journey because I started with reading books to improve my English. I'm not gonna focus this video on that journey, but I'm gonna talk about in this video first about productive books and content, how much we should consume, and how we can say that okay, we are done with it. Second, I'm going to talk about the books which actually help me in my life and programming. And at the last, I'm going to talk about a bonus tip which help me and I'm pretty sure will help you also. So the first part is productive books. I have read a lot of productive books. I have watched a lot of productive content. But now I don't. The reason is after consuming so much content, the one thing which I'm 100% sure, and I can tell you also very confidently, that reading or consuming productivity content is addictive, but it is not useful unless and until you will not take any action. Purchasing books, watching YouTube content is very, very easy. Reading and watching that, little harder. But implementing is the toughest thing. And I was there. All I used to do is just order books, read that, and that's it. I never bothered to take any action. Then what I did is I decided that I'm not gonna order any new book. So for last few, I would say few months or a year, I haven't purchased any productivity book. The reason was I was very clear, unless and until the book which I'm reading, I'm not able to implement anything out of that, then it's a waste of money and my time. Now, another thing here is you need to also understand most of the productive books and content talk about the same thing. Wake up on time, be focused, turn off your notifications, uh, you name it, and all the books have the same thing, but the wordings would be different, the content presentation would be different. You can put in the chat gpt and tell me the 10 things to be productive, and chat gpt can summarize and give it to you. So spending money and time on such content, at least for me, I decided I'm not gonna do it because it's a waste. So now what I did after reading so many books, so I reflected back, and when I reflected back, I realized that there are only two books which I'm able to recall, and only few, and out of those books, there are only few things which I myself can start implementing. So the first book was Atomic Habits by James. It's a very popular book. It's, I think, this thick. When I read it, there are so many content, but till now I just remember two things, and I didn't look back to that book when I decided. What I did is I just picked those two things and I started implementing in my life. So the first thing was the 1% rule. It is, I think, the first chapter of that book. So what 1% rule says, this is my summary, that if you wanted to reach to a goal, every day you have to do something. 1% addition you need to do so that you can reach to that milestone. And for me at that moment, it was like that if today I will get a call from my dream company and they will say that you need to give interview, I would say that I'm not ready. Just give me 1 month or 2 months. Let me be ready. And then I start, in 2 months, I will just give my 100%. But the point is that 2 months is gonna be very bad, because deep down I would be like, damn, I should have prepared everything before. So just to relate, DSA. So if assume Meta called me, I'm not prepared, I will ask for 1 or 2 months to prepare. That 2 month preparation is not the guarantee, because if I don't know DSA, then 2 months of study is not gonna assure that you can crack the MAT interview. So what I did is I decided that every day I will sit and do DSA for an hour. So 1%. So every day I'm gonna do for an hour DSA, and this is how my DSA skills started improving. So this is the first thing I implemented 1% there. And this is how I also learned my cloud with my full-time job. So a lot of people keep asking that how I keep myself upskilling. The reason is that I don't do like over the weekend I will finish this course, or over every day for 3 hours I'm going to sit. I'm very clear to myself. I'm not going to do overcommit. 30 to 60 minutes I'm going to sit every day, and I'm going to learn either DSA or cloud I'm going to do. And 30 to 60 minutes, I think 1 hour is not a big deal. Every day you can put it for yourself. So for me, this was the first thing I implemented 1%, and the results are were in front of me. And I already shared a lot about my DSA journey, my cloud journey, and all. Plus, 1% rule also helped me in my health also. I fixed my sleeping pattern. I broke my caffeine addiction. I broke my sugar addiction. I'm not gonna talk about this health part here, but this 1% rule I also implemented to improve my health and diet things. Now, the second thing which I took take away from this book of Atomic Habit was leave the things as they were, and this again helped me. So it basically for me it means if I am like I'm working, I work from home. So once I'm logging out from my work, I should make sure that everything is at my desk is clean, everything is at their place, so that tomorrow morning when again I'm coming and logging in, the first thing, I don't need to clean my desk, or I don't need to search for where is my laptop, where is my charging cable, or where is my office notebook, and so on. Now, this actually helped me to optimize my work mode, which means is that, as I told you, the first thing I will not be doing that where is my laptop, where is my wire, where is my notebook. Plus, even when I'm working, what I make sure is when I'm logging out of my project, I make sure that I have a proper cleanup activity, so that tomorrow morning when I'm, or after a week when I'm gonna touch my office project, I know where I left it. So this is also another thing is this leaving the things as they were. They actually help me in my morning study also. So what I do is a night before, I prepare my desk. If I want to study DSA next morning, I will have my desk with my book, my notebook, even the notes that what topic I need to pick or what question I need to do. So that tomorrow morning, the first thing I will do is just sit on my desk and start doing it without spending time in searching, oh, what I have to study, where is my book, and all that. And I can say these two things, these two habits actually help me to upskill myself also, optimize my time, and be more productive. We have limited hours in our life, in a day, so we have to be very smart with this. So yeah, these were the two things which I took away from Atomic Habits. Now, the second book was the Building a Second Brain. Now, Building a Second Brain is all about a author's journey, where he actually went ahead and documented all his medical, eating, and everything online digitally. After a few years, he realized that his whole life or a second brain is that digital log, so he don't need to remember and he can share with anyone. Now, for me as a tech person, it was all about documentation, to be honest. And as a developer, we have to do documentation, and I actually picked it. So in my day-to-day work at work coding, I make sure that my all documentation is there, as well as for me the another thing was that I don't need to overload my brain, that I have to remember this, I have to remember that. If I have already written everything, then I can just relax. So what I started doing is I started writing everything, not just in my personal life but at work also. So if I'm doing meetings, MOMs are there. If I'm working on a project, whatever the approach I'm taking, if someone asking me or not, I will document that. If I have like to do's, like I have to fill timesheet, or I have to send that email or send that document, these small work is there, I also document that, so that at the end of the day I can see what things are left and what I have to do, and what I can actually do it tomorrow. So there are a lot of such thing I saw. There are a lot of benefits when I started documenting. Now, I'm not a fan of documenting everything digitally, so I do it on pen and paper. And in my personal life, if you will see, when I share the video on my process of side project, I shared the to do empty file where I put all the things I need to do in my side project. That is also actually inspired from there. The reason is I don't need to remember everything. Even if I will open my side project after a week, month, I have that list. The first thing I need to do is just go through that list. That list has all the phases, all the tasks I have to do, and all the tasks which I have already done with their priority also. I also put the priority on those tasks. So this is how actually this digital, not digital, but documenting or logging all every information helped me to improve my way of working off site project plus at work, because I'm documenting everything. So I'm getting brownie points from my seniors and peers and everyone, and as well as I'm making my brain free to remember everything. So out of these were the two books which I remember after reading so many books, and these are the three things which I followed, and it helped me not just in my professional but personal plus health also, though I haven't covered much about my health, but this happened. Now, bonus: when you will read all the document part, when you will read all the documentation, sorry, all the productive work, books and the content, one thing will which will keep coming again and again is the focus, basically deep work or your focus hour. So basically what it says is identify your focus hour when you are very focused, like in the morning, evening, afternoon or night. And for an hour or 30 minutes, just work. Turn off all the notifications. Do not touch your social media. Do not touch your office communicator. Nothing. Because as per the study, the deep work of an hour is more than the work you will do in 8 hours. How? When you are working at office, I will speak about myself. There are a lot of interruptions. You are getting pings, getting into the meeting, so you are not in the flow. But if, like, what I do is before I have my stand up, I put an hour where I will not check any emails, no communicator, nothing, and I will just focus on the work which I wanted to do. Before 5 minutes before my stand up, I will check my mails, notification, and then I go for the stand up. That 1 hour of deep work before my stand up is actually very, very productive. You can also try. I have already tried it. The amount of work, or I will give you an example. There were many times when there was a approach I was really brainstorming but I was not able to do, or a bug I wanted to fix but I was not able to do. But in that deep work, when I just turn off everything and just give my 100%, and my focus is the morning one, oh my god, within like 15 minutes or within that focus, I was able to crack my solutions, or able to finish those bugs and everything. So for me, that is the awesome thing. I would also suggest you to do that. Identify when you are the most focused person: morning, afternoon, night. Turn off everything and just work. So there are many times when I actually also make a list of this, because I combine all these my productive habits which I learned. So I also do a documenting that these are the things which I need to do with the priority, and then when I go into my deep work, I pick something from there. So yeah, so now, takeaway for you: you want to read productive books, please go ahead, read it. There are a lot of recommendations out there. You want to read this Atomic Habit, or Building the Second Brain, or there are so many books out there. But my request would be, reading is easy, implementing is tough. If you are not going to take any action, it is not going to help. Every book is different, though all the books are same, but what you are getting out of that book, or what you are understanding or taking away from every book, is different from reader to reader. So as I told you, from Atomic Habits, these are the two things which I pick. From Building a Second Brain, I pick something else. For you, it would be totally different. So at the end, it depends upon you what you want to do. There are few big books also which I read whenever I feel that I'm lacking the motivation or inspiration. So there are few books related to that also. And to be honest, there are a lot of books which I keep reading. The reason is because, again, to get the inspiration, get the creativity, and get the motivation. So I hope this video was helpful for you. I'm sorry if you were looking for a long list of books, because trust me, as I told you, Purchasing is easy, reading book is easier, but implementing is the toughest thing, especially in productivity books. So my suggestion to you is the same. Pick whatever the book you like of the productivity. Once you are done, um, just think, just reflect back that what are the takeaways from that book you can take and implement. Start implementing, please. So please let me know if you have any comment, any follow-up question in the comment section. I would be happy to answer. You have my LinkedIn, you have my Twitter, you have my NGL app also, where you can send the question, and take top mate also. So my whole social media is open for you. I wish you all the best. Take care. Bye.